Hello, I'm Patricia McNeely. Welcome to my channel. My channel is about ascension, love, healing, twin flames, and generally it's about you. Welcome. In today's video, I want to talk to you about a really touchy subject. It is suicide. And I want to describe to you what the messages are because this happens through me. It has happened to me. It's actually happened to me more than once. And it is going to be happening for many, many people. Not actual suicide, but it can. And that's where it gets to be a very sensitive topic because many people do worry about this, and I want to address it and offer you the help that I do have here to offer. So I'm going to start with the dream that I had just last night. In my dream, I was somewhere out in the wilderness, and I was out with a group of people, and this felt distinctly like I knew these people in a life, but it was real vague and I couldn't see their faces. One of the most prominent things was that the setting we were at, it was up high, what you might call sort of in the mountains, but we really couldn't see the mountains. But there was a giant waterfall, and I was standing at the edge. Myself and a group of other people were over there. And I kept feeling this pervasive feeling inside myself, like, just do it, just do it, just do it. And I had a feeling like I really wanted to do it and get it over with. And what it was really wasn't clear in the moment, but there were some things that were clear. And the things that were clear was, I don't want to keep doing this anymore. I don't want to keep doing it this way anymore. I need to get out of here. And this was the underlying current of what was happening. So I paced back and forth. I kind of went to the front, went to the back several times until at some point inside me, I said, well, after all, what can it hurt? And I took a header and I dove head first, and I could feel myself heading down head first. And I waited for the impact. It never came. The thing that did happen was disappointment. I was actually disappointed that I hadn't somehow done myself in. And this led me to think, what was this? I know what it was. I know it was about suicide. Now, this didn't happen to me because I feel suicidal. It happened to me to show me what is going to be happening in the collective. So there are things to know about this that are really important, okay? First of all, when you have a lot of deaths, there's a lot of sorrow and sadness, and that will swing through. It sweeps through the collective. It can bring on sadness. This energy is personal. It is going to dredge up personal and group experiences of feeling suicidal. This is going to be coming in droves for people. That means it's going to be happening a lot. I don't condone suicide. I understand it because I've had to struggle through those feelings. It's not always what people would call a dark night of the soul, although it is a dark side of the soul. It is a dark part of that. It is actually not the dark night of the soul, but it can be pretty dark. What is this characterized by? Well, number one, this is going to be waking you up at night. If you're waking up and you're feeling highly dissatisfied that you can't do this anymore, you're tired of it, you don't even know what it is or what you're generally fed up with, you're required to do something. That something is to make changes. It means changing your personal relationship with your actual life, how your life is as it is, and begin ascending. That is what I'm here to teach people about. Your new light body is very new. It's brand new. It is not designed to hold or carry forward any of those things. You will stay stuck with it unless you address it properly. I know that that is not something people want to hear, because what they want to hear is that this is just some aspect of some retrograde, or it's Mercury retrograde again. No, you have to deal with this properly, and you have to. Otherwise, it cycles in again. It cycles in, and I will say this, drugs and alcohol made it worse. If you're taking plant medicine, that may have what I call the reversal effect, where it doesn't make a dent for you. And you could try more, and more is not always more. In fact, when it comes to your light body, less is more. What is your light body? Well, it's generally the set of subtle bodies that are all interconnected, that generally operate your well-being on a day in and day out basis for so many parts of you, so many parts of your life, so many stages of your life, so many phases of your life, your interactions with people, your relationships to food, how you can heal, how your physical body heals, your love life, your financial health, and of course, your well-being, your emotional health and well-being. Now, we frequently think of this as a mental health problem. Your mental health is always thought of as moods, and it's a lot more than moods. Your mind is connected to actual organs. It has to do with the health of those organs. If you're frying out your nervous system with substances, that's what you're going to get. But here is the kicker as a twin flame person. It slides over to the other side, and it can affect that person. Or what they do slides over to your side. So don't you need to get at least one of you healthy and feeling well? Yes. Get up to the ledge, because it is time for next level. What do suicidal feelings feel like? Will they make you feel like you want to check out? Like you just don't belong here? They can make you feel completely desolate. They can make you feel depressed to the extent that you don't want to participate. You don't want to participate in your own life. You're going through the motions. You lose the joy. You lose the desire for anything. You're beyond losing your enthusiasm. It goes much further. It's physical feelings that affect your chest. They affect your heart. They affect your gut, your digestion, and your love life. So you can experience dysfunction in the lower parts of your body. It includes what is called suicidal ideations. So the clinicians have a term, suicidal ideations. What this means is ideas of suicide, where you sit there and you say to yourself, well, I can take pills. You kind of go down a list of what you can do, or it pops into your head like, hey, you could just, get behind the wheel or do this, or you could leave the motor running in the garage and slowly go to sleep by breathing carbon monoxide. This isn't pretty, and you may even shock yourself, and that is where the key lies. If you are catching yourself, if you are feeling it, not only do you seek the help, if it is the raw edge, call a suicide hotline. If you're starting to separate from that and you're noticing it, but it's weirding you out and it is making you feel kind of skeevy for yourself, you're feeling worried for yourself, you're saying, where is this coming from? You have to remember, there are two people that are trying to unify. That means you, and it means who you're really connected to. And don't kid yourself that the other person is like hiding it or speaking in codes. That's a bunch of baloney. That's a bunch of BS, straight up. That's more than likely not a person that you're truly connected to, because your true person is going through it at the same time you are. It's incumbent on you to help each other. That is a part of helping your twin flame. How do you do this? Well, number one, I would say pay attention, okay? Catch those things, even catch what's triggering it. If it is happening in your night, you do need some extra help because this is a part of your psyche, subtle body. Any type of murder or suicide is a part of the psyche. It can't help but affect your psyche because that is the deepest part of you. If you feel sad for losing yourself, if you feel sorry for yourself, that's normal. You're supposed to. If you are crying for yourself, you're supposed to. What good is it to feel everyone else if you can't feel yourself? You're supposed to feel yourself, and you're supposed to acknowledge this, and you're supposed to take actions. Now, I have answers, I have actions, and I have activations. Those activations are to activate your high heart so that it ceases and you get to next level. You up level and get into the new paradigm. Why are the reasons that this would happen? I mean, why suicide? Well, to give you a few reasons just right off the bat, number one is disappointment and disgrace. Okay. How many times around you, or if you hear teens and young people saying, go kill yourself, people are being baited on the internet to just go kill themselves because their life isn't worth a shit. And that's just wrong. Don't think that that doesn't have a ripple effect. So how did we go from last year where everyone's like, oh, we're all in this together, to now in this year, people are back to being snide with each other, bullying each other. These are the things that during a full moon, the light gets shed on it and it's time for action. Enough of the lip service, enough of just talking about it or the us and them mentalities. Time for the personal level to get in place. And that means embodiment and integration of your brand new light body. What is the second reason that people may feel this? There's multiple reasons, but I'll give you one, and it is called honor killing. Honor killing. What if you were a general or your people, and if things didn't go well, you were just expected to fall on your sword? Okay? You didn't want to. You didn't feel sorrow. You didn't feel suicidal, but it was an expectation. And usually with those expectations were promises. If you do this, then your family will be taken care of. That's duality. If then, if this, then that. That works great with electronics. If I flick the switch, the light goes on. It does not work with complex beings like us. I'll give you one more third reason. And this came to me when I was traveling in Spain, and it was something I recalled about, but it was something that until you hear it again, you're kind of like, oh yeah, you know, the light bulbs went off. You have stories of entire villages being raided to be enslaved. And what happens? Rather than live a life of sheer desperation and slavery, the entire group decides that they're just going to do themselves right then and there. Men, women, children, everybody out. Okay? This is remembered in certain places. So when I went to Spain, there we were driving on the coast, and the guy says, this town, one time, rather than being taken in slavery, they all committed suicide. And my light bulb went off, and I was like, oh yeah, that's happened on and on throughout history. Because if you can't beat them, you will never join them, and death is preferred. Now, this is a life where not only can you get next level, you can put an end to all that karmic living. Don't stay with someone who's going to enslave you again. Don't stay married to someone. So in order to help you, I have a few things to show you. Okay, if this is really bad for you, I encourage you, reach out to me and have a reading where I can read your body and we can find out where this is originating from, get rid of it. These types of things can lead to much more grave illness. And I know that's going to scare people, but I got to say it. if you don't address the metaphysical parts of you, it becomes a physical illness. It gets down into the physical level. I don't want to see people not have an option. You have an option now that was not available. I'm a multidimensional healer. That is who I am. And I worked really hard to get there. And I have a modality that addresses these things. As you heal, I will tell you what to expect and what you can continue to do. So have my Psyche subtle body session. It is to address your psyche. That doesn't mean psychological. It means your psyche. It's the passion. It's the deep part of you, because it's both of you. That's how you share the love, not let people take the love. Number 2, open your high heart. Get your high heart 5D Stargate open. It is a part of your high heart chakra. Start getting the channels open so that you feel good, so that you stop waking up in the night, waking up with this feeling of dread and having to go through things. A third thing, my Twin Flame Relationships book. Stop the drama, stop being an empath. And if you're interested, email me to get on the list for the Stop Being an Empath class that I will be doing. It is going to be good, and you will come through it with flying colors. I guarantee it. And you will be shifting how you feel. If this is coming up for you at work, if you feel like you're taking things on, if you feel like the world is overwhelming, and it's like really taking a toll on you again, and you've never had a break from it, I'm going to teach you what to do so that I'm empowering you. So please live a life worthy of the calling you received. That's a quote. So thank you so much for watching. The links are in the description below. Find me at twinflamesmerge.com. I'm Patricia. Have a great day. And if you're not having a great day, reach out to me. I promise you it doesn't hurt. It will feel so much better within the session and by 3 days after the session. Bye now.